Welcome to the after-action review for the first Century of Kriegsspiel battle. In these scenarios, the historical source is completely obscured. This keeps the players from following the script created by history. Let's see how our players did and how their results compare to the historical outcome. The Battle of Maella took place during the First Carlist War, bitterly fought over the succession to the Spanish throne. On one side, the liberals were a regency for the 3-year-old Isabella, daughter of the recently passed King Ferdinand. On the other, the Carlists, an ultra-conservative party wanting Ferdinand's brother Carlos to take the throne. The war lasted from 1833 to 1839. The liberals, under the command of Ramon Pardiñas, were seeking to eliminate Carlist resistance in the center of Spain. Ramon Cabrera, the Carlist commander, had organized a guerrilla force in the region, and this was his first formal acceptance of battle. In the upper left map, you see where Maella sits in Spain, in the eastern territory of Aragon. The liberals had 5,000 soldiers and 350 cavalry. The Carlists had 3,500 soldiers, 500 cavalry, and a battery of 6-pounder guns. On the right, you see a shaded relief map of Maella. Notice 3 terrain elements. The brown arrow points to high ground. The purple arrow indicates the town, and the yellow arrow shows the river that runs east of town. The fiction obscuring the history was based on an ahistorical battle set near Chanute, Kansas. The players were told that one side had seized the railway lines in Chanute, and the other was seeking to free Chanute of that impediment. The liberals, who were the blue units, included 3 regiments of 3 battalions of infantry each, with a rifle battalion and some cavalry. 4 players acted as commanders: Anna Kazan, Great Gold, Latvitas, and G-Puzzle. The Carlists, who were the red forces, had 2 regiments of 3 battalions of infantry each, with a stronger cavalry squadron and a battery of 6-pound artillery. 2 players, The Great and Doom Gaming, commanded these units. We will use the term liberals and Carlists for our description of the battle. You see here the scenario map of Chanute, which is analogous to the terrain around Maella. I added the hills, shown here with the brown arrow. The railroad lines created bridges over the creeks and rivers, and the yellow arrow shows the eastern river. On the left, you see the liberals' plan created by Anna Kazan, which included a pinning maneuver by one regiment, indicated by the number 1, and the use of the high ground for a flanking attack with 3 regiments, shown in 2 stages, by the numbers 2 and 3. On the right, you see the Carlist plan, which was co-created by the players The Great and his sub-commander Doomson. They planned to destroy the bridges where the numbers 1 and 3 indicate, forcing the enemy west. Where you see the number 2, they were to use the creek bed to assist in the defense of Chanute. Looking at both plans together, if the liberals can execute their pin and flanking maneuver, it potentially puts the Carlists in a difficult position. At the opening of the action at 09:15, Liberal Commander-in-Chief, played by Anna Kazan, and indicated by the yellow star, accompanies the main body onto the high ground for the march to the flank. Carlist Commander Doomson, indicated by the red star, sets up a defense north of town in accordance with the plan. Carlist CAC, played by the Great, heads northeast to destroy the bridge. By 10:15, Great Gold, indicated by the yellow star, has deployed and begun to engage the Carlist units at the creek. The Liberal cavalry appears west of town, and Doomson, indicated by the red star, takes 2 battalions and the artillery battery west to counter them. This splits the Carlist force in 2. The Liberal units on the hill are having trouble navigating the tough terrain, and you can see them beginning to spread apart, affecting cohesion. By 10:45, Liberal units have come online across from the creek, and Latvitas, indicated with the yellow star, attempts an assault, which is repelled by Doomson. The Great, indicated by the red star, tries to roll up the Liberal flank with a cavalry attack, but his effort is unsuccessful. By 1115, the Liberals try to press home their attacks and overwhelm Doomson in the west. Great Gold, indicated by the yellow star, makes a decision to push south and west, which is important. It thins out his ability to resist in the east. The Great, indicated by the red star, in a moment of inspiration, gathers the 4 infantry battalions and 1 cavalry squadron and decides to launch an all-out attack. By 1130, G. Puzzle of the Liberals, shown with the yellow star, is ordered to strike the Carlist western flank as the Liberal and Carlist lines hammer each other. Doomson, indicated by the red star, has a hard decision to make. He cannot see what is happening in the east, and it looks to him like he is terrifically outnumbered and alone. He decides to stay and fight. This is a key decision. At 1145, the Carlists destroy 3 Liberal units. The first when the cavalry strikes the skirmishers in the northeast. The second when the battalion in the center, which was previously damaged, is now overwhelmed. And the third when a battalion tries to attack the artillery from the creek bed. With such heavy losses, the Liberal forces spontaneously decide to withdraw from the field, and the Carlists have successfully held Maella. Let's compare how the players did versus the historical events. Historically, Cabrera led a desperate cavalry charge, throwing the Liberal forces into disarray. The Liberals counterattacked, throwing the Carlist left back. Cabrera then led 2 battalions of infantry in a charge that killed the opposing commander, Pardinas, and the Liberals retreated from the field, ending in a Carlist victory. In this scenario, the high ground disorganized the Liberal forces, and when they were able to get their attack together, they pressed the Carlist west under Doomson hard. The Great led 4 battalions in a flank attack that wounded the East Wing commander and destroyed enough Liberal units to create a general retreat from the field, ending in a Carlist victory. Thank you for watching this after-action review of the Battle of Maella, 1838. I hope you enjoyed this examination of the tactical problems in the scenario and found it informative. Come join us and play Kriegsspiel, where you can make the key decisions that decides the outcome of these battles. We'll see you out there on the Kriegsspiel board.